All right, y'all. I had to apologize. We just did number Rotor 100, number 5. This should be number 6, but I I don't know what I was doing. I somehow forgot to push record, have it set up for my microphone. So, and I don't know why. All the other ones were set on my. I must have undid it for one reason. Maybe when I was doing my warrior tanking dungeon thingy bob. So this one's not going to have. I'm not going to be reading the quest and all that good stuff and everything. So I'm going to just cut this one short. Oh man, I apologize for the lack of videos. Well, I mean it's the holiday, so I figured you guys probably expected that. But not only that, but man, I got this blasted head cold, and I'm finally getting over it. You know, I get sick like once a year. I got these bad allergies, and I don't get sick hardly ever. Uh, last year, but I usually get like bad head colds, but that's about it. So, and that's all this is. I took my Dayquil, my NyQuil, stayed in bed for the past 3 days or so, just didn't do nothing, let it run its course. I've learned that's the best thing to do for me. You know, some people act like, well, I'm not sick, I'll just keep going out there. And, which is what my brother-in-law did. Now his entire family and kids and everybody's sick. They're all just, you know, I learned a long time ago, if you get sick, your body gets sick, your body says, hey, let's slow down. You know what? Your body knows what it's talking about, so sometimes you might want to slow down. So that's what I did. I just took my medicine, sat here, read some books. School's fixing to start up. I'm looking forward to starting school. I'm doing a paralegal program, which I was doing culinary arts, but I think I talked about this before. I did this little psychological profile, career counseling, and I'm telling y'all, do the career counseling thing if you're thinking about going to college, and take the little sociology test. But reading and research has always been my forte, and so that being said, I'm going into paralegal. And I found out through the testing and stuff that I could have a law degree. And I'm like, I'm just tripping out. When that lady was talking to me, I went and met to the paralegal person and we talked for the longest. And she was like, Chris, I don't see why you couldn't be an attorney. I was always like, well, I always felt like that would be above me. Like I'm not smart enough for that. She's like, well, you got a brain. You have know-how. A lot of this stuff you know already. Because, her started talking about politics and law and government. And that's my candy stick. I don't talk much politics, not on this channel. Not on this channel at all, about political views, and I very rarely speak with anybody on the subject of politics, because a lot of folks, they get the information from Fox News, MSNBC News, but especially Fox News, and here in the South. A lot of folks they're just straight Fox Newsites. They don't watch more than one channel. They're just brainwashed. They don't watch CNN, MSNBC. Gather a lot of information. Go to drudgereport.com. Look up other stuff. God forbid you ask somebody to read a book, to actually open a book up and do some studying for yourself. Heck, I got one book. Anybody, just go to the bookstore, get Ron Paul's Liberty Defined, and read Liberty Defined, and just get some information before you speak. Learn this stuff. Not just politics and law and government, because this is stuff that we have to know about. Go to U.S. Uncut. Go on Netflix. Watch some documentaries. Become informed on the subject, and instead of just griping about Obama and hating on Obama, understand how the system works. And my teacher even told me, she's like, Chris, you'll be amazed at me the number of students that come to class that don't know there's 3 branches of government. And I said, dude, what? I said, no, you're lying to me. You're just trying to build me up. She said, no, I'm serious. There are kids that come to a college class that do not know there are 3 branches of government. And I was like, oh my God, because that's one of the beautiful things about our country, is when our forefathers made this thing and they devised the plan of the Constitution. They had 3 branches of government: the executive, the judicial, and the legislative, and they had it so that, I can't remember who said it. I think it was Madison that said it in the Federalist Papers, but he was describing about how the forefathers, they realized that everybody wants power. Everybody wants power. I want power, you want power, President wants power, Congress wants power, judges want power, everybody wants power. And so what they decided to do is a system of checks and balances where nobody holds the power, and where each branch, the executive branch, the presidential branch, as he lusts for power, Congress also lusts for power, and their two lusts for powers overdo their powers. And the same thing with the judicial branch. So all three of these guys fighting for power end up keeping themselves balanced out. It's a beautiful system. There's a reason why Congress has control of the money. People talk about Obama as if he's, limitless in power. That's not true. It's nowhere near true. I've heard people talk about, they're going to come take your guns. They're not coming to take your guns. I promise you, 2016, we'll get a new president. It'll be a Republican president, and you'll still have your guns. You'll still have this. You'll still have that. What gets me is all these people complain about Obama. They complain about these folks and all these things going on. But what gets me is every 2 years there's an election. Every 2 years there is a local election. And yet we keep putting the same people in charge. That is what makes no sense to me. And then you have folks that say, well, I don't vote because why should I vote? It ain't going to change nothing. Well, you're right. If you don't vote, it won't. But if you do vote, put somebody else in office. Seriously, just look at the guy that's currently running the show in your city and go, you know what? You haven't really been doing a good job. I'm going to put this guy in charge. If he don't do a good job for 2 years, put somebody else. That's why our founding fathers set up this system. So that, if you don't like the dude, you can put somebody else in office. There are some people that are, I'm talking about on the local level. Please understand, I'm talking about on the local level. There are people that have been in your House of Representatives, that have been your senators, that have been in power, and they don't even campaign anymore. They don't even run for election no more. They just put a sign out, and people are so used to, he's our state senator, he's our representative, he's our mayor, he's always been our mayor. So... put somebody else in there. So anyways, I enjoy politics and stuff, so I'm going to go into law. And that's going to be fun. I'm literally looking forward to it. Somebody asked me one time the other day, they were asking, well, if you became a lawyer, what would you go into? And I didn't even hesitate. I was like, I'd go into criminal law. And he goes, well, yeah, but what kind of criminal lawyer would I? I said, I'd be defense. I'd be a defense attorney. And he was like, oh, man, so you're going to be the guy that gets folks off. I'm like, no. There's more to a defense attorney than that. People deserve a defense, if he did murder his wife, they deserve not to be ramrodded. We all have rights. We all are human beings, And so, I feel like, somebody, if they made a mistake... They shouldn't be punished for it for the rest of their life, If they committed a crime, they go to jail for it. They go to jail for it. But at the same time, did the police get the evidence through a legal search and seizure? I've been on the other side of it too much. I've been a criminal too long. I'm not anymore, but I was for the longest. I used to sell weed and drugs and stuff, and I know what it's like on the other end. So, what else? That's a different subject for a different day. I probably lost a lot of people by now anyways. But, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into law. I'm looking forward to that. Been seeing some good movies. Saw a lot of good movies recently. Me and my wife went to see Into the Woods for Christmas. That was pretty enjoyable. It's pretty enjoyable. It was Equalizer's coming out December 30th. Get Equalizer, one of the greatest movies ever. I really, really enjoyed it. Let's see here. But yeah, had a great Christmas. I got my son now. I got my son for the holidays, for New Year's holidays and stuff. Got to bring him back here shortly. But happy to have my son. Happy to have my boy for the holidays. Oh man, he goes back to his mom where he starts school back on January 5th. But having a great time. Had a great Christmas. Other than being sick, had a great Christmas. Gonna have a great New Year. I hope y'all have a good New Year. Let's see what else. I plan on keeping it short, and I went on a political rant, and that's not even really a rant, y'all. Y'all don't even get me started on things like the Fed, Federal Reserve notes. Your money's not even... Do you realize the only thing federal about the Federal Reserve System is the name? It's owned and operated by private stockholders. It's not federal. Your banking system is not federal. And then don't even get me started when we go on the income tax. Yeah, you want to talk about a conspiracy against the American population. There's a great book called The Creature from Jekyll Island by Edward Griffin. Read that book. Read that book. Let's see. Let me think. Yeah, don't even. Oh, man. So, anyways, let's talk WoW stuff. I got one character on 100. I get this mage. I gotta start working on this mage a lot more, and I gotta start working on my other tunes. Trying to get these tunes up and leveled real quick. Some people, my folks in my guild, already got like 3 and 4 100s. I still only got one 100. And so, anyways, I got a tanking video coming out. I did a tanking video. I'm gonna make it real quick. Me tanking on my warrior tank, and I'm just going to explain a little bit what I do, and I also want to get on my ret paladin and explain a little bit about the ret paladin of what I do with my ret paladin, as far as boss fights, because you swap things out. Some boss fights are single targets, some targets have a lot of things going on, so it's better to mix your talents up a little bit. I will talk about that. I'm learning this mage class here. Let's see here. I'm going to boost me up I plan on boosting up a resto druid, and learning how to heal with the druid, and yeah, maybe we'll get the DK series running again. Y'all want to see the DK leveling series, and Brewmaster tanking. We're just going to level up the tanks real quick. All right. So, anyways, folks, that's my time, y'all. This guy here, he's just going to keep running along and stuff, and y'all don't want to see that anymore. So, I appreciate your time. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Y'all have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year. Be safe, y'all. We all love to party. Everybody loves to party on New Year's. It's like a tradition. I'm telling you, I'm not saying, I know what kind of world we live in, So if you get drunk, if you're going to go drinking, get drunk, whatever, please, get to where you're going and stay there. Stay there. Nobody ever leaves their house thinking this is the day I die, So if you're going to drink, I'm not condoning it. I don't really, that's your thing, I'm not much of a drinker, but, if you're going to drink, get to where you're at and stay there. Don't get on the roads. It's just not worth it. The law is going to be out. I don't know where you guys are. Where I'm at in Alabama, we get roadblocks. They got like roadblock station everywhere. It's like a police state here. They call them driver license checks. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Driver license check or insurance checks. That's what it's an insurance check. Make sure you have your license and insurance. Now it's a good excuse to make you go through a stop sign and where they could search your vehicle. So, anyways, be safe, folks. Be safe. We're going to have a great new year. As far as the channel is concerned, got a lot of great content for you. We're going to keep tanking. We're going to keep leveling. We're going to just keep coming up with ideas of things to do, We might level, you guys, if you guys want, I even thought about having you guys spit out something, and I'll level 1 from 100, That'd be an interesting thing. That'll take a while, but we'll do it, So, what I'm doing here is my bag is slap full of stuff, and I'm like, man, I got to sell all the junk, so that's all. You don't want to watch this. But I go for the longest. Look at that bag full of gems. I got to get rid of all this junk, dude. So, anyways. Oh, man. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm selling all this junk. You don't want to watch me sell a bunch of junk. So, please be safe. Have a great holiday. I hope you all had a good Christmas. Have a great New Year's. And just y'all just be safe. And we'll see you in 2015. It's looking good for us, y'all. Peace out, good people. Peace.